Okay, we are live. Hello, gorgeous humans. My name is Alina Grayson. I'm coming to you live on my personal page. I just need to quiet myself. There we go. Let me know when you're hopping on. Let me know if you guys can see me well, hear me well. I had to go through Zoom. We're having a little bit of an issue going in the group, going live. So just let me know you guys can hear me well. All right, we're just going to share this here. Okay. All right, perfect. Can everybody hear me? Let me know if you can hear me. When you're hopping on, say hello. I am so excited. This is day one of a feminine magnetism, the art of allure. This is a 3-day series masterclass that is going to be turned into a paid program. So these are going to be some potent transmissions, and I am so over the moon. Okay, let's see who we have on. So if you're new to my world, please introduce yourself. I want to get to know you. Let me know if this is your first time watching me. Let me know if this is your first live. Hello, Tanya. Hello, Sherry. Hello, Danielle. Thank you. Hello, we're living. Hello, Rebecca. Hi, Deanna. Okay, so can you guys hear me? We're good. Okay, because I had to quiet my computer. Okay, I'm so happy. Everything's good. Okay, perfect. I'm just going to approve some people. Hello, gorgeous video. Can't wait to watch the replay this afternoon. Me too. Hello, Jennifer. Yes, so if you have to hop off and you can't make the lives for the next couple days, don't you even worry about it. We are going to put these videos on YouTube, and we're also going to put this in the guide section of my high performance coaching community. So you guys will have the replays. Hello, hello, hello. Okay, I'm so happy everything's working. There's always something, I'm like, I'm so excited. And I'm like, why can't I go live? Why is this not working? But thank God for Zoom. So we're grateful, and let's hope the internet gods are in our favor. And just FYI, sometimes we crash the internet. So if I disappear, I will be right back and we will figure it out. Hello, Tanya. Hello, ladies. Okay, so main character energy. This is today's topic. This is gonna be such an amazing masterclass. Feminine magnetism, emotional intelligence, manifestation. These are my top favorite topics ever. They're the most life-changing things, and I'm so excited to share this with you. Thank you for tagging. Thank you for sharing, guys. Loving the red dress. Thank you. This totally got us vibes. So if this is your first time catching me live, let me know. I want to get to know you. And let me know if this is your first masterclass. This is just day one. We are just cracking things open. And of course, obviously this masterclass is geared towards women. But I really think that anybody can watch this. I think teenage girls should watch this too. It'll be really eye-opening, because I wish I knew what I knew now at this age. And men will get a lot from this as well, especially to understand women. Melissa, hello, thank you for tagging. You guys are the best. I am so excited. Okay, so this masterclass is going to be all about feminine energy, all about magnetism, all about manifesting, leadership. We're going to talk day 3 about business and magic money, but this is for anybody at any level. For any woman at any age is welcome to this masterclass. You will get so much. My goal is that you leave every live aha, excited, and something that you can actually apply to your life right now that will help you. This is going to be amazing for single ladies, for ladies in relationships, and ladies in business, my entrepreneurs. Day 3 will be really specific for entrepreneurs, but even if you're not an entrepreneur, I highly recommend you come into that, because I'm going to talk a lot about passion. This is going to be about how to become the most magnetic, powerful, emotionally intelligent woman, the kind that everybody's like, who is that, at all ages. Hello, Dominica, join the party. Yay, I'm so excited. Oh, hello, Tanya, Lizzie. If I first time catching you, oh, I'm so happy. Okay, and so if I missed your comments, sometimes I channel and transmissions come through, and I just go beep, 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 and I talk a little bit, and I miss a little comments, but I see you and I love you, and I'll catch up with you after the lives. Okay, so again, if anything happens, I will hop back on. If you have to leave, this will be placed in the guide section of my free Facebook community, the high performance coaching community, and it will be also put on my YouTube channel, so you guys can watch the replays as many times as possible, because I will be taking these replays down. They're only going to be available for a limited time. What I'm going to be doing with this masterclass is turning into a feminine energy program, which is going to be a little bit different than Goddess Code. But for those of you in Goddess Code, you're going to get this as your bonus program. But so what I wanted to say is that, and if anything happens, it will all be there. Hello, Lizzie, Justina. Hello, gorgeous. I love you. You're so amazing. So this is a 3-day masterclass, but for limited time only. And then this is going to turn into a lifetime access feminine energy program. I already have modules planned for after day 3. So for those of you who did my last masterclass, Crack Your Money Codes, I also did 3 days for free. Then I took it down and I turned it into a lifetime access program where I keep adding money codes and modules into that, and we grow it and grow it and grow it. And so I'm going to do the exact same thing with this. And I think I'm going to start it at $222. So if you want to hop in and get lifetime access to this as I build it out, there's already like 4 modules after this. This is a great time because every time I do a new module, I'll increase the price, but you get lifetime access. You get to be in my energy. We get to grow together, and it's going to be amazing. Okay. So binge these replays if you don't feel like this is something that you want to continue with, but this is going to be amazing. I really love these conversations. I feel like every woman, teenage woman at any age should listen to these conversations. So tag your lady friends, bring them in here. Okay. So over 3 days, we're going to really talk about in day 1, really what it means to be magnetic. I'm actually going to give you some amazing energetic strategies today. We're going to talk about confidence. We're going to do some inner healing around the good girl complex that most of us have. We're then going to talk about how this applies in relationships with men. You guys are going to understand men, what they want, what they desire, what they need. It's going to be amazing. And for the single ladies and for anybody in a relationship who's looking to have a relationship kind of like me and Adam, where every day is like the first date and we've been together for 3 years and it's amazing. I'm going to teach you so much. And we're going to really deep dive into emotional intelligence. You know, that little inner wounded child that comes out that does the punishing, the stomping, the yelling, the projecting, the jealousy, all of that. We're going to have a big conversation around that because a magnetic woman is emotionally intelligent. She doesn't punish. She learns lessons instead of defense mechanisms. She's self-aware. She understands people. Once you become emotionally intelligent and you understand the energetics behind being magnetic, life is so amazing. Okay. And then day 3, we're going to talk about magic money, one of my other favorite topics. Okay. How to attract dream clients, dream team, money, influence, having visibility. I have some incredible stuff. And I will tell you, I have a bunch of clients on here that I can see, and my free stuff is just as good as my paid stuff. You do not want to skip a beat. Okay. I do not hold back. I'm going to over deliver like crazy in the next 3 days. And I'm going to open it up on, actually a few days after this. What I'm going to do is going to do a tuition draw, and then we're going to do a Q&A as well. So if you want a chance to be in my world, and if you want a tuition credit, you want to win 50% off any of my programs, 3 people will get to win. Oh my gosh. 50% off anything, any of my programs or bundles. And all you have to do is either share the graphic and tag me on your social media, or you can share this video. And every time you share, you're going to be put in a draw, and we'll do that probably next week on Monday. And then we'll open it up to Q&A, but this is going to be potent and amazing. But so share. Hello, Julie. Hello, Kayla. Hello, gorgeous ladies. Anyone that I'm missing, I love you. I want to win. I'm hooked already. Yes, I'm so excited. Yes, this is going to be so amazing. Listen, ladies. Okay. We have been so brainwashed with so many things. And I want you to know that life actually gets to be easy and you get to have fun. And you right now, I don't care what age you're at or wherever you're at in your life, you are the youngest you will ever be. And it's time to stop playing small and really step into our big main character energy. This is the title of this masterclass today for day 1, and live our dream life, because we are the main characters of our movie, and our movie is this life. And often what I see and how I've lived most of my life is being a secondary character to everybody else's movie. The people pleaser, the toning down, the always performing, always wanting to be liked. We all have this subliminal, subconscious like thing going on in our subconscious, where I'm going to really blow your mind about. And we got to step out of that, because actually we don't do any service to anybody when we play a really, really small life. Sherry says, I love all your programs I'm listening to. Yes, some girl. I'm so happy. I'm so happy. Being a woman is such a gift. It's such a gift. Being a human is a gift. Guys, unlike all species on this planet, we got emotions, we got feelings, we have senses, we can taste, we can kiss, we can fall in love, we can touch. We are the only species that really falls in love. We can have romance. And yes, there's duality in that, but it's so beautiful. I really believe that's why our souls chose the human experience, because of the ability to taste, to feel, to fall in love, to have romance, to have dreams to go after, to experience things. Like, it's such a gift. We have consciousness. We have the power to literally, what you're going to learn in this masterclass, to create and attract things, magnetize things. with our emotions and our energetics. We have dreams and desires that we have to create. Hello, Krista. Hello, Tanya. Hello, guys. Oh, yes, yes, yes. Okay, I'm so happy. We get to have it all. And we have unique gifts and we have unique magnetism, or we're going to unlock that today. But this is your life. This life, the way I look at it, is a movie and you're the main character of it. So let's choose what gets written and let's actually leave something amazing here. Okay. We are human beings, all the things I love. You're such a hype girl. Oh, I'm so happy. I am an activator. And I do like channel things. Sometimes I swear to God, my clients know this. I have paper beside me because things come through and I'm like, oh my God, I need this coaching myself. And I write it down. So it's going to be amazing. So universe, thank you for all these amazing people, and let whatever needs to come through, whatever message you need, hopefully comes through me. And let's begin this. Okay. I have big dreams. And one of my greatest dreams is honestly, like, I don't want to just be a great mentor. I want to be one of the great minds, like of this time, of my time. I want to empower all people, especially women, to be wildly wealthy, wildly free, and fully expressed. Because when you're a woman that is empowered and you're wealthy and you have money, and you're healed and you're happy, do you know how much magic you bring to the world? We change the freaking world. We change. And so we got to heal some things, because I don't even care if you don't have big dreams to do anything. When you heal your inner child stuff and you're happy and you're whole and you're fully expressed, do you know how much you change in your family? Often people say men are the leaders, and in the world they are right now, but they might be the head, but we are the neck. We are the neck. We actually make the magic happen in the world. We are full of wisdom and power. And the second that you start to shift your energy, your partner will shift, your family will shift. It will cause a ripple effect in your community. This is what happens when you start to heal. It's going to be so amazing. And I believe if you live by what I'm going to talk about over the next 3 days, as well as I'm going to be talking about my program Goddess Code that's launching, like, you're going to see a massive shift in your life and in the world if you choose to do that. So buckle up, because we have some amazing things to talk about. And I will tell you, if you're new to my world, I promise you, I don't care what identity you have and what's happened, you can become a completely different person. If I can go from being an anxious woman, having postpartum depression, a single mom in debt, no support, raising 2 little girls under 4, being actually a very shy person, introverted, and people are always shocked by that, very shy, very introverted, lots of things going on. I created a 6-figure business just in my 2nd year. And I didn't have sales ads, no team, no website, no nothing, consistent 5-figure months, like 6-figure month, like engaged to the love of my life, running programs, working a few hours a week. I've been featured in a published magazine. I just got asked to be in another one. Actually, I got to celebrate with that soon. And I've also possibly going to be in a documentary. I was going to be in one coming up about coaches, and I decided to do a different one because it just wasn't aligned. And I'm raising 4 kids, and I'm happy and I'm confident in my love. And I want to tell you, whether you're shy, introverted, in debt, you've had a hard life, you can change your entire identity around. We get to choose this, but we got to step into this, what I'm going to call main character energy. Oh my gosh. Thank you so much for tagging yourself. Oh my gosh. So much has gotten better since doing the inner work. Yes, yes. I'm going to keep this fun and light, but I will talk to you about all the weird defense mechanisms that you have, because they're holding back your magnetism. Thank you guys for sharing. Oh my God, you guys are so amazing. Okay. So I'm going to dive in, but you can change. Just want you to know you can have it all and you can completely shift wherever you are. But in order for us to do that, there's something that we have to talk about first. And there's something that we have to untangle, because everywhere I look, and I know I struggled with this, all women are so generationally, societally programmed to be good girls, to act like good girls. And the biggest thing that is needing to be healed in all of us women, in order for us to change things in the world, if you really want to like do some big things, is we got to get rid of this programming. Okay. This whole be nice, do everything for everybody, follow the rules, perform, be agreeable, be a people pleaser, like all of that has to go. This good girl programming is so embedded in every single woman. Like little girls, like literally the moment they start walking as toddlers, we are conditioned from a very young age to please others, usually, mostly at the cost of our own well-being and needs. We are taught literally don't shine brightly. Don't be magnetic. Don't be too loud. Don't be too boastful. Don't be confident. Just in case you make other people feel bad, don't speak up. The good girl conditioning is like from childhood, we're told to be quiet, agreeable, polite, nice, no matter what. A lot of women, and I used to think the same, and you don't even know this is happening, but subconsciously, all women believe that their worth and lovability and ability to be liked is defined by how they can be to other people. A lot of women think that their worthiness and likability and lovability is defined about what they can do for other people. And the truth is, you're amazing just because you were born. Okay. Yes, you are so right. And this leads, honestly, like this whole people pleasing and doing everything for everybody and thinking that until we do something or we are a certain way for other people, we're not living the main character in our own life. Okay. And this is why women are so unhappy, burnt out, overwhelmed, losing their tempers, wearing masks instead of being who they really are. They're still living in this conditioning to be a nice girl instead of being the main character of their life. Usually they're the secondary character of their life, right? Living for validation. I'm going to talk about how much we perform. You don't even know sometimes how much you perform, how much we do things for validation and approval, instead of understanding that this is our life. The only person we need to understand is ourselves. And honestly, when you live a life, I'm going to talk about healthy ego. A lot of people in the self-development world are like, no ego. No, ego is important. In my world, I will never tell you not to have an ego, but I will tell you to have a healthy ego, self-importance kind of ego, where it's not about, I do everything for everybody. It's equal heart. I fill other people's cup, but I go first. I am self-important first. In my world, we need a 50-50, self-importance, ego, healthy ego, and we need heart, but there needs to be a balance of both. And in the world, hello, gorgeous. The proving and performing has been real for me. Yeah, it's insane. And I'm going to keep building off. This is just day one. We're going to scratch the surface and we're going to see how this works in relationships, in friendships, in a relationship to ourselves. And then day three, how it has to do with influence, money, the ability for you to grow your business and go after your dreams. And you're going to see how much this has to do with this. Okay. So we need to understand that like this whole be agreeable, polite, nice, quiet, like that doesn't work for anybody. You are the main character of your movie and you need to start living that way. None of us, even your children, we are all sovereign souls and no soul came here to live for somebody else. Even if you think you came here to have the best romance of your life and have a soulmate, which I know I'm here for that, that's not why you came here. You didn't come here to live for people. You came here as a human, as a soul, to live out the human experience. Whatever you desire and have passions, whatever you desire to feel, that's literally what you came to here do. And when you do it, you are just radiating all over the place and you shift and cause ripple effects. Well, I've never heard of that incredible because I've always been punished for doing this. At least I have. Yes. And because women are so afraid to have a healthy ego, self-importance, I matter first, we're considered selfish. This is why a lot of women, especially if you're a mom, we have so much guilt and we feel shameful about even just taking 30 minutes to ourselves. And I'm about to tell you, you better take even more about time for yourself every single day. And I'm going to talk about literally the chemicals that happen in your life that actually make you magnetic. But you will never be magnetic if you think that you have to be a secondary character to everybody else. And if you think that you're here to live for other people, you are not. You are the main character. And you need to live your best life because living your best life, being self-important actually inspires everybody else. Do you imagine if we lived in a life where every person had equal amount of heart, but equal amount of healthy ego, self-importance? Do you imagine what would happen in the world if women actually put themselves first? Like you think that you do everything for everybody, it helps everybody. It doesn't at all. Okay, at all, especially your children that watch you. Women who never put themselves first teach their daughters that it's okay that they never put themselves first. And then you get in relationships with men, think that it's okay for you to work, clean, cook, and do all that stuff. And you know what you teach your young men when you don't put yourself first as a mom? You condition your man to think that it's okay to treat women like that. And it is not okay to treat women like that. Partnerships are a co-creation and there's harmonizing, right? But it's equal, shoulder to shoulder leadership is what I'm about. Putting myself first. Yes, I'm so excited. Okay. Your worth, first of all, and lovability as a woman is not defined by how you are with people or what you do for people. Not at all. My whole life, until I know what I know now, which honestly, now that I put myself so first, everybody in my life is so successful. It's so mind-blowing what happens when you actually have self-importance. But in my whole life, and let me know in the comments if you agree, teaching my daughters that, amazing. I felt like my whole life I've been ticking little boxes that are going to manufacture my worth as a woman. And let me know if you can agree with me. So I, like most women, had toxic, like good girl propaganda floating in my subconscious until I was probably in my early 30s before I figured this all out. We have this subconscious programming, whether you're aware of it or not, that it's all about good girls get good grades and you're less worthy if you don't. You should smile and laugh, even if people make bad jokes at dinner, because that's what good girls do. Hey, don't express strong views in conversation as a woman. That's not good. Apparently, that's bad. I've had so many experiences being shamed for taking up space, for sharing my voice, for not being nice enough because I decided to finally put boundaries down. Let me know if it's hard for you to put boundaries down and all of a sudden you're selfish and mean. We have this fear to even put boundaries down that are so good for us that actually are good for other people, because now you're a bad person. Danielle says, hello, gorgeous. Motherhood energy my whole life. Yes, yes. Oh, we're going to talk about that too. Day 2, right? In every single TV show that I watch, Disney's popular mainstream shows, Netflix's, too loud, too opinionated, like too much. Yeah. They have taught me also that women should sacrifice. Doing things for your benefit will often have you questioned. I was always afraid of being selfish, healthy ego, self-important, because, oh my God, if I do something for myself, now I'm not nice, right? I've been taught that you should be sacrificing. Every movie that we watched growing up, women are sacrificing. You got to be loyal no matter what. The world has been screaming at women. If you're good, then you'll be liked and lovable. And if you're not, then you're not going to be so loved. Don't be too loud. Don't be too proud. Don't ask for too much. Don't be too shiny. Be humble, be humble, be humble. All of this stuff is circulating in the subconscious. And this is what dims our magnetism from actually attracting things effortlessly. We literally can sit right here and attract things with our energy. That's how powerful we are. But we're not powerful when we're not the main character of our movie. Yes, fear of being selfish. Oh my God, yes. From people pleaser to boundaries is a rough transition. Yeah. And if you can't even lay this down in your life, oh my God, you know how hard it is to have terms with people in business, right? How you do one thing is how you do most things. So we all have good girl programming. And this is what else it causes us to do. Not only do we not have boundaries and we put everybody's needs before our own or our well-being, a lot of us don't even realize this. We live a life of performing for love, being a certain way so that we're accepted. People pleasing, perfectionism, mothering everybody. Everybody's mothering. All women are mothering their husbands, their kids, everybody, their own clients, which doesn't work at all, right? We are unhappy and we're toning down and playing small, and we're wondering why we have anxiety, why we're depressed, why we're losing our shit in everybody. That is not you in alignment with who you're supposed to be. Tanya said, this has been such a bullshit. They walk all over you. Yeah, when you people please. Yep, this is fire. I'm so happy. Okay, so we're going to decondition this stuff. Okay, and if you live by what I'm going to talk about today, things are going to really shift in your life on a big, big scale. Okay, because I am a magnetic woman, and a lot of things that people told me that I couldn't do, I do. Even my business, I'm going to share some mind-blowing things that every single business coach is like, can't do this, can't do this. But I like to test things out when people tell me I can't do it. And then I've proved, guess what? I can do it this way. So there is no right or wrong. And I will tell you, if you're new to my world, I always say this in every program masterclass, take what you like, leave the rest. If something doesn't resonate as the truth for you, perfect. Then go find your truth. That's the best part about mentorship. Okay. So this deep programming has always led me a life to performing, whether I knew it or not, and playing really, really small and never really going after the things that I was meant to be doing. And then eventually, like most women, I had a breaking point. Like I was in a really dark place. And this is where I end up leaving my relationship with just like my kids and my bags. I didn't even take anything. And I started deconditioning all this programming, and I started living by what I teach in my program, Goddess Code, and what I'm going to share in here with you guys for free today. But the moment I deconditioned this whole good girl conditioning, my magnetism went through the roof. I started pulling in magic, money, clients, like without all the things that business coaches told me to do. I've created so much abundance and so many experiences that I've never had in my life. The last 4 years have been the most magical years of my life, even though some of the hardest years too, but the most magical since I deconditioned this. And I will tell you right now, when you're a woman who has self-importance and you make sure to make yourself feel like a goddess, you're treated like a goddess. And when you feel wealth, you attract wealth. When you feel abundant, you attract abundance. Like attracts like. When you treat yourself like a freaking goddess, everybody treats you like a goddess. And this is when you're a woman who has high standards. Nobody negotiates your boundaries. They just accept them. They don't even fight with you. Okay. So let's talk about feminine magnetism first. Okay. What attraction really, really is. I'm at my breaking point, my business, at least my relationship is amazing. Oh, Lizzie, day 3 is going to be so powerful, and day 2 for your relationship. Okay. So let's talk about feminine magnetism. Allure. This is something that we feel from a person, that like their energy, when they walk in or they're in a space, it literally shifts the energy of a room. Feminine magnetism is the most sought out magnetism on the planet. It's the energy that when people walk in or they're in a space, you just wonder, you get so curious. You're like, who is that? Who is this woman? What is it? There's something about her energy that makes you so drawn to them. It grabs your attention. It draws you in everywhere you go when you have magnetism. And I'll tell you about the inner parts of this and the energetics part of this. People go, who is that? They wonder who you are. They get curious. Your energy shifts the energy in a room, literally. Okay. So it's crazy because I know how to turn this on, and this is going to be on when you really do like inner work. We're going to do some inner work in this masterclass, and you're emotionally intelligent and you do all the energetic things I teach. Naturally, you're going to be always magnetic, but there's a way to actually even turn it on. I literally, when I go places, it doesn't matter if like my hair is up, no makeup done, and I'm in a coffee shop just working, people always ask me like, what do you do? Like they get so curious. What are you working on? What are you reading? Like, what do you do for work? Like people get so curious about me. It's this magnetism. People want to approach me and ask me things. And I have ability to really turn it off if I feel like I don't want people approaching me. That's how much power we have as women. So I want to make it clear. Feminine magnetism does have sex appeal, but I'm not going to be teaching you sex appeal in here. Okay. And I'm going to tell you right now, Goddess Code in my program, we don't use our femininity to tease people. Okay. The magic for teasing someone, you leave that to your partner behind closed doors. Okay. But we do not use our feminine magnetism to tease people, to manipulate people. It's not a reason for us to be sexually inviting and teasing with our energy. Okay. I don't stand for that. You do that behind closed doors. And if you want to do that, that's fine. Okay. But what I'm going to talk about in this masterclass, and what I talk about in Goddess Code, is that feminine magnetism is actually about power. It's about personal power. It's an energetic knowing on the inside that you know how freaking great you are and how magnetizing you are, right? I am aware that my branding has a sexy appeal to it. There's an energy behind that, but I am not sexually inviting. And in my programs, yes, some men come in my programs, but I only work in close proximity with women. And I will tell you, and people ask me all the time, and Adam asked me, and he's just like, you must get so many people. I never get any yucky messages from men ever. I never track wrong stuff in my business in 4 years, nothing. I've had 3 weird people come in, try to pay me to have conversations with them, but I feel like everybody's gotten those. Like even I was talking to Stella the other day, my daughter, and she's like, yeah, I get those too. But besides that, I don't attract anything because I know how to use a sexy energy that's not sexually inviting. I don't get men in my DM. Actually, the only man that came in my DM was Adam. And that's who I ended up getting engaged with. And we've been together ever since. I spent a whole year doing the work that I teach in Goddess Code, working on myself, becoming the best version of myself, become magic, emotionally intelligent, understanding men. I did all this work. And then and some of my clients might be on here. Yeah, hello, Megan. Hello, Deanna. But I was like, guys, it's been a year. I'm ready for romance. I'm ready for my one. I literally said that on a live. It's recorded. I think it was in Magnetic Mind. And then a week later or a week and a half later, Adam swooped in my DM and he made me laugh with something really silly. And we got together and it was just like instant connection. We've been together ever since. So now we're engaged. We're going to be getting married next year. But even though my brand is sexy, I'm not sexually inviting and I don't attract the wrong attention from any man. And I'm just saying this because I know we can do that. And if you want to do that, that's fine. Right. But in the goddess code way, we do not use our sexual energy to tease people or manipulate people. Hello, gorgeous. Okay. And so I do want to say, you know, often, and we obviously know women where boundaries have been crossed and women have been sexually abused. And what we often hear from the abuser is we hear things like, you were inviting, you were teasing, you asked for it. And the fact is, no single woman ever asks for that, ever. Okay. The only reason an abuser says that is because that is their permission. It's the permission an abuser gives themselves in order to do what they do. But that is never yours to hold. And if that ever happened to you, I love you so much, but that is not yours to hold. That is a bunch of lies. That is the permission an abuser just gives, just so that they can do what they do. But what's important is that you do not hold on to that. What's important is that we know that we use our feminine magnetism for attracting abundance and wealth and happiness and opportunities, but we do not tease and manipulate, okay? The magnetism I'm going to talk about in this masterclass and what I talk about in my program is about actual power. It's about holding yourself in your truth, in your authenticity, in your confidence, in the presence of other people, and you are not swayed. This is my new favorite word, swayed. I've been saying it all the time. We're going to talk about how we get swayed by energetics, okay? But feminine magnetism is about being in your power, in your truth. Even if a whole room of people are bigger than you, smaller than you, you do not change who you are. You literally stay in your energetics. You stay in your personal power, in your truth. You are not swayed by anybody. A magnetic woman doesn't get swayed by people's energy, whether people are negative, angry, projecting onto you, trying to get you all hyped up. You know your true emotions and you stick with that. That is a magnetic woman. And it's funny, I've been coaching, oh gosh, for 4 years online, but I basically feel like I've been coaching my whole life. If you're a coach, you know it's a calling. You've been the person everybody goes to for advice. And every single time I work with women and people in close containers, and they tell me like the really bad things that have happened to them in their life, when they look back in hindsight, the biggest issue that they say that really happened is that they got swayed. They got swayed by people's jealousy. They got swayed by people's anger. They got swayed by people's hype. They got manipulated by people's. If you're not strong in your emotions, you're easily manipulatable. You're easily swayed, right? The Grinch comes and all of a sudden you're happy and you're not happy. All of a sudden someone's hype gets you hyped and you end up doing something you shouldn't have done. Someone's jealousy sways you. A magnetic woman, what I want to work with you guys on is no matter what, we do not get swayed. We know our truth, we know our emotions, and we stay grounded in that. A magnetic woman, no matter what is happening, she stays in her confidence. She radiates self-importance. She's self-validated. She's free. She's expressed. She's confident in herself, and nobody sways her in any directions. Okay? She knows she's amazing. She knows her worth, and she feels it on the inside, no matter whose presence she's in. Because you will see most people, they get in a room and then they're swayed. They adapt to the energy of a room. A magnetic woman doesn't adapt. She actually shifts the energy of a room, or she stays in her true power. I'm learning to finally not let people sway me. Yes. There's an inner confidence. Okay. So let's talk about confidence. Okay. Because a lot of people, they don't want you being confident. Women, don't be humble, all this crap, right? The crazy thing is like confidence is not about you going boasting on the street, preaching that you're this amazing person. I'm so sexy. I'm so amazing. Like I'm the best businesswoman, like shouting that. It's a feeling that you let yourself feel on the inside. When you look yourself in the mirror, You're just like, I am amazing. I'm incredible. I'm sexy. I'm magnetic. It's a feeling, you know, and you don't need people to tell you that for you to feel that. You feel that. You feel it on the inside. It's something you've already validated yourself on. And so when people compliment you, it resonates as the truth. That's inner confidence. It feels real. And you simply, as a magnetic woman, just say, thank you. When people tell you that you're beautiful, amazing, great businesswoman, it feels like the truth. That's how you know you have a lot of inner confidence. It just resonates as the truth. And what comes out of your mouth is, thank you, because it resonates as the truth, because you're self-validated in all those areas that people compliment you on. When you are not self-validated, you don't feel confident. What happens is two different things. Either you are very swayed, and this is how you know. So today's really going to about bringing awareness to the areas where you know you're not confident in, where you haven't worked on this yet, because two things happen to you when you're not confident in an area. Either somebody compliments you and it feels like the best thing you've ever heard, where you're literally start to get addicted and attached to someone, or someone compliments you and if you haven't been working on that confidence in that area, you question it. It's like, weird. Why are you saying that? Right? Or you get swayed, like it feels so good. It feels so good that you're like, oh my God, this is the first time I've ever heard it. And I feel like this is the only person I'll ever hear it from. And so what happens, this is what happens to us as young women, especially, is we get attached to people because we haven't self-validated ourselves. Tannis has felt comfortable with compliments because I never thought I was safe to allow myself to trust people. Oh, yes. Like a drug. Yes. And we're going to talk about that. Like, and it's so, this is why I say, if you have young ladies, you have teenage daughters, let them listen to this, because I swear to God, this would have saved us so much heartbreak. But we go first. This is why we're going to change the generational paradigm for women when we do this work and we teach our daughters this work. So get the ladies in here. Okay. But so when you have areas to work on your inner confidence, two things will happen. You're either going to get really swayed. And this is how you know. Someone will compliment you and it feels like something you feel like you'll never hear again. And so then you want that validation. You'll seek that validation. You get very attached to people. And sometimes they're not the right people, right? This is why we get manipulated, right? Or it's like, why are you saying that? Why are you saying that? This just sounds weird, right? So we have to do a lot of work on ourselves and cultivate, like, literally, you got to start looking yourself in the mirror every single day. And I'm going to give you guys some homework and some supplemental readings with this, but you got to look at yourself every single day in the morning and you got to say to yourself, I'm freaking amazing. I am amazing. I'm sexy. I'm confident. I'm smart. I'm all those things. Because if you don't do this work for yourself, either you get so swayed and you're easily manipulated. And we're going to talk about love bombing and manipulation in relationships and how many mistakes we made. You will miss red flags. You actually disconnect with your intuition and you can't tell which people are good. And I'll talk about how this relates to business too. And this is why you take on clients that are not right for you, because you haven't cultivated this within yourself, and people can sway you with their own energetics. I felt actually love for myself for the first time today. Oh, I'm so happy. And we're going to do more of this today. But we need to get to a place that when people compliment us, it just feels like the truth. And it's just, thank you. And we need to work on the areas where people say something to us and we're like, this is how you know you lack confidence. You know, this is something you talk about with your daughters too, is like someone compliments you and it actually feels weird to receive it. It's like you're not convinced that the person's actually being truthful, right? You're like, you're so beautiful. And you're like, me? You talking to me? Huh? This is weird. What did I do? Is it because I'm what I'm wearing? Like you will question it. So look and start to notice, like, this is going to be a lot about awareness. Where in your life right now, and people have said something to you and you're just like, me? It feels weird. You almost feel like, are you trying to get something from me? Am I unsafe? What's your motive? What do you want? What do you want? What do you want? Like, the compliment doesn't feel true for you. And so compliments feel weird, right? It doesn't feel like the truth. So this is like where you got to do a lot of work, okay? Because I swear to God, you will chase and perform and do a bunch of weird things in your life that are so not in alignment and end up in a whole bunch of weird relationships, business, friendships, and romantic ones, okay? But when you've done work like we do in Goddess Code, you know that you're freaking amazing. And that anytime anybody compliments you, it resonates as the truth because it's an acknowledgement of something you already know. And then anything that comes out of your mouth is just a simple thank you. Not a I know, okay? We're not being pretentious here, okay? We are goddesses. We just say thank you. Thank you. That's what a magnetic woman says. The goal of being a magnetic woman is when people say nice things to you, are just like, thank you. And then the goal is to notice where when people compliment me, and yes, you can get compliments, like Adam compliments me and it still feels good, but I'm not like, I need to hear it or I'll never hear it. Like that doesn't happen, okay? If you don't work on self-validating yourself and looking at the areas where like when people say something to you, it's like, oh my God, I'm never going to hear it. That's that's a sign you got work to do. Or if it feels really weird, the confidence of a woman, also a magnetic woman, this is what happens when you are so self-confident and you know you're amazing and you really do love yourself. People can say the ugliest things to you and it literally just rolls off. Like people can project things on me, you know, being in the online space, I'm very visible and it literally just goes, it falls off. It doesn't trigger me. It doesn't bother me because it doesn't resonate as the truth. I know who I am. It'd be like, you're not kind. What? I know I'm kind. I have a freaking huge heart. It doesn't resonate as the truth. So it just falls off, rolls right off. Yes, yes. Right. And you'll know when you're really triggered and bothered. Yes, it sometimes it hurts when people say nasty things to us. But if you've done the emotional intelligent work and you're self-validated, it hurts for a second because it sucks when people are mean to us. Like I'm still not like, okay, it still bothers me for a second, but then it's like, and then it rolls off because it's just like, I know I'm kind. I know I'm amazing. I know I have a big heart and I know I'm going to be misunderstood and that's okay. This is the confidence of a magnetic woman, a woman that is really healed. Okay. So and yes, confidence is something we're going to cultivate over our lifetime, right? So for instance, if you're a new entrepreneur, right, you're starting a business and someone says to you, you're an amazing businesswoman. And you're just kind of like, this is weird. Okay. Because you know, it's not really true yet. What you can say to yourself is that might not feel true yet, that I don't feel like a great businesswoman. But what you can say to yourself to start cultivating confidence in that area is, I'm in the process of becoming the greatest businesswoman that I know. I'm in the process of building an amazing brand. Okay. That works. Okay. But we never want to be in a place, guys, ever. And this is especially for young women. If you're a young woman watching this and you have teenagers, like we never want to be in a place that like when people say something to us, it makes us feel so good. We chase it for the rest of our life. And then we chase validation in all the wrong places. And this is a lot to do with circumstantial power, right? And so I talk a lot about personal power and circumstantial power, but personal power is like, whether people tell me I'm amazing or not, I still know I'm amazing. Circumstantial power is until somebody tells me I'm amazing, I can't feel that for myself. And so we got to work on that, because if you don't work on that, you will just be constantly reaching for circumstantial power, people giving you like hits of dopamine and oxytocin, and then you need more and you need more and you chase and you will end up in the wrong relationships. And the whole world is built on relationships, right? And you will chase is what I want to really make it clear. Women don't chase. Feminine energy is not about chasing. Feminine energy is the lean back, receiving energy. And magnetism, the art of allure, is about attracting all the things that we want to ourselves. We do not chase, right? And so if you cannot allow yourself to feel like a sexy woman until your man tells you you're sexy, you're going to chase that validation forever. You got to cultivate that. You got to know that you're a freaking amazing, beautiful, magnetic, sexy woman. And when people just say that to you, it's just icing on the cake. If you want people to tell you're an amazing woman, amazing businesswoman before you know it for yourself, it's not going to work. And I see entrepreneurs lose all the time. They need the likes and the love and the comments in order to keep showing up, because until people validate me, I can't let myself feel like I'm an amazing businesswoman. And you're going to be at the mercy of other people your entire life. And you're never going to be in your full power and magnetism. And also linked to this need to the best, also work on this. Yes. If you don't allow yourself to feel sexy, brilliant, smart, amazing on the inside until someone tells you, or you need people to tell you to make yourself feel that way, you're not in your power. This is where your magnetism drops the most. Listen, ladies, nobody should be telling us something that you don't already know to be true about yourself, ever. No woman should be ever chasing a life of performing and chasing validation. I will tell you, one of the biggest human distractions is validation. And we lose all of our magnetism and power when we chase things outside of us. Our work is to consistently look ourselves in the mirror every single day and love the shit out of ourselves through all our weaknesses and our mistakes, and to see the greatness that we are. That's our work to do. It is no one's job to build you up. It is your job. You got to see yourself as the most beautiful, magnetic, greatest, smartest, brilliant, kindest woman on this planet before anybody else does. So if there's anything that you feel like you're not enough of, instead of being mad about it, ask yourself, what am I not allowing myself to be fully? What do I really want to be? What have I always secretly wanted to be? And then go let yourself be that, because you're the main character of your goddamn movie. Most of the things that you find that you lack, it's not even something within you. It's you needing people to agree with you. That's missing in most cases. Today's class is fire. Yes, we're just getting started. I have so much stuff to tell you guys. Okay, let's get zoned. But needing everybody else to agree, it's how you lose all your power. We don't need anybody to agree that we're amazing. Okay, you got to decide that you're great, and no one needs to agree with it. Because guess what? Every other person is their main character in their own movie, and they're too busy agreeing that they're amazing too, okay? Here's the issue with us really allowing us to feel that kind of confidence and to be really in our full magnetism when we walk around the world. We are programmed, and this is all children, but mostly women, are programmed to be humble. And we unfortunately took that to heart, that we don't even allow ourselves to feel it on the inside for ourselves behind closed doors. We took this to heart so much. They tell us in the world, be humble, stay humble, don't be too confident, don't be too out there, don't be this, don't be too proud, don't celebrate. And then we took this on to heart so much that we've forgotten that we're allowed to feel that. We're allowed to feel so good about ourselves. We're allowed to feel that confident. We're allowed to feel sexy about ourselves. We're allowed. We are. There's a huge difference between I know and feel confident, and when people tell me, I just say thank you and smile because it resonates as the truth, versus I'm being pretentious. Like, I know, I'm so amazing. Like, no, that's not the goddess code way. The goddess code way is that I know I'm amazing. And when you tell me I'm amazing, I just say thank you and I smile because it resonates as the truth. We're not walking around being like, I'm the greatest businesswoman in the planet. And yes, I know, duh. Like, no, that's not goddess code way. Okay, stop that shit. Okay, there's a huge difference. But you're allowed to feel magnetic. You're allowed to walk around and just smile at yourself and be like, God, I'm freaking amazing. Look what I just did today. Oh, yes, I've had this lady feeling with my partners aren't validating me. Yes. Oh, okay, so we're going to do some work today. But we are allowed to feel good about ourselves. We're allowed to feel proud on the inside. And you're allowed to celebrate yourself. If you don't cultivate confidence within yourself and you need people to validate you in order for you to feel sexy, like you're going to chase your whole life. And feminine magnetism is not about chasing. It's about magnetizing things to our life. And if you need people to validate you, you're going to show up as someone who always needs validation instead of being the kind of woman who knows. There's a huge energetic difference there. High off your own energy. Yes, turn yourself on. And this is why online, I'm really good at reading energy, but this is why online you can tell, and I'm sure you guys you can tell the people that are looking for the validation with their posts versus the ones that are sharing from a validated place. Like you can tell which celebrations are, I need validation to prove that I am actually amazing versus I'm sharing from a place of I'm proud of myself. I'm self-validated. I don't care that people like this post. I'm sharing this for myself. You can see the energetic difference here. A magnetic woman that's self-validated, she posts and shares from a place of personal power. I know I'm amazing. I'm self-validated and I just want to share for myself to anchor a celebration because I'm proud of myself because we get to do that. And I want to expand other people. But if you post and you're only needing the likes, the comments, the shares, the validation to get that circumstantial power to keep showing up, that's dangerous. That will never be sustainable. Incredible words today. Yay, I'm so happy. Realized this lately. Oh, so good, so good. And again, if you haven't cultivated this personal power and this confidence, like you're just going to need people to keep giving you circumstantial power for you to be showing up. And that's just not sustainable in business. Confidence is even if people don't like me or like my stuff, I still like me and I still am amazing. That's confidence. It's personal power. And even if nobody liked my stuff, I'm gonna still show up because I like me and I love what I got to share. There's an energetic difference between that. I have 3 daughters. And the most important thing that I am doing with them, and I will continue to do with them, is for them to fully understand that they are so freaking amazing, that they are brilliant, smart, capable, beautiful women at all stages of womanhood. Because as they obviously develop, things get awkward and weird, and we all know that. And there's going to be changes and there's going to be insecurities. But I want my 3 daughters to know that you are amazing and you got to validate yourself on the inside. Okay? Because what I don't want for my daughters, and I don't want any woman, is to live a life performing for people to be feeling worthy and likable and lovable, or chasing for validation from people or men, because it makes them easily manipulated and swayed. I don't want any of my daughters being manipulated or swayed. I want them to know who they are. And I don't want them performing or just to feel temporary validation. Oh, close my ears. Oh. If I don't have these conversations with my young daughters about learning to cultivate self-love and confidence on the inside, and I leave them out to their own devices to figure things out on their own, what happens? Think about yourself, and I want you to think about young people. What happens to young people? And this is with boys too. What happens to young people that haven't worked on their self-confidence yet? And all of a sudden they go out into the real world and someone gives them the attention and a compliment that makes them feel so good. What happens to them? What happens to a young woman when some cute guy says, "You're so beautiful, you're so hot when you do that"? What happens to young men and young girls when people say to them, "You're so cool when you do that"? What are young people willing to continue to do to continue to get that hit from those compliments and validation? What are they willing to do to continue to get that attention? "You're so cool when you do that. You're so beautiful when you do that. You're so sexy when you do that. You're so funny when you do that." What happens to young women who haven't cultivated their own inner confidence and validation? What are they willing to do to keep receiving that kind of attention and validation? What were you willing to do the moment someone told you something you have not said to yourself yet? You will continue to perform to keep getting that, and you will keep doing things that actually is not who you are, continue to get that circumstantial validation. I want to get out of this cycle so bad. Misguided energy, they fall for it. Absolutely. Super swayed, super manipulated, super putting on a mask. Now I got to perform and do this thing because people say I'm cool when I'm this way. You will perform, you will chase, you will be something that they aren't, just to keep receiving that attention and compliments because they haven't said it to themselves yet. And they will end up with the wrong people, the wrong friends, the wrong partners, Women who don't do this work, and I see women older than me not do this and get very swayed, end up in all the wrong places. And then they wonder, why does everybody abuse me, misuse me? And then they wonder why they don't feel good about themselves, because they're constantly being something to other people in order to get that validation instead of being who they really are. The first person who gives them something that they lack within themselves, and it makes them feel like, oh, I'm alive, I'm in love. They feel like they need that person. We actually grow attachments quickly to people that give us something we haven't been given to ourselves. Cynthia says, oh, I do so much. And I look back at like, what the fuck am I doing? Not as bad as I used to be, but I can't seem to break completely. This is gold. Yeah. So this is why I'm bringing awareness. There's a madness to all the things I do. First, we do the awareness, then we do strategies, then I blow your mind, and then we go, and then we'll wrap it up. It'll be beautiful. But I'm so happy. Notice this, okay? And you'll see that this is even happening to yourself in certain areas that you haven't done work, right? So think about this, okay? So a young woman, okay, who has not given her something that an attention, a validation, like how easily are you swayed? How easily do you pretend to be something that you're not and you perform? Why do you think so many women wear masks? Because they're performing. I got to be a certain way. And this also has a lot to do with the good girl programming, right? Smile at rude racist jokes. This is a nice thing. Like I'm one of those people who's like, I have boundaries with friends. Like my boundaries even with friends are like, you talk about friends, we ain't going with friends. Because if you talk about our friends, that means you talk about me and then there's going to be no trust. I have boundaries with people in my family and anybody. I don't want racist jokes around me. That's how you keep those patterns and paradigms going. Like I have super clear boundaries, and I will tell you, everybody in my world respects them because they know my standards. So good. Same girl. Okay, good. Okay. So if you don't give yourself something, and a young woman doesn't give herself validation, the moment someone gives them that attention, that dopamine hit, it makes them feel alive, like they feel like they'll never hear it again. Attachment, chasing, performing, wearing masks, people pleasing. We literally get addicted to people. And we chase the wrong men, and we chase the wrong friendships and groups. Like this is where a lot of women get into relationships at the beginning and they're like, oh my God, I'm in love. This is like, oh my God, I'm in love. You're not in love. Okay. First of all, like you can't just fall in love with someone like that. Okay. You got to know they're sorry, but it happens because they just made you feel something about yourself that you've never felt before. No one should be saying things to us that if they don't tell us, we feel like we'll never hear it again. Never, ever. Think of the dangers that happens with ending up with the wrong people. And even clients can fire you up and sway you up with their energetics. It's always the person that ends up giving you the attention you haven't been giving yourself that sways you so much. And this person can literally get to a point of giving you breadcrumbs and you're okay with it because you don't give yourself much. So I'll accept breadcrumbs. Yep. When you don't give yourself self-validation, self-love, self-care, you are susceptible for falling for the wrong people, wrong clients, wrong friendships, wrong team. And it's always going to be the people that give you the attention you haven't been giving yourself. You will chase, you will settle your whole life. You will put up with shit that you know you don't deserve. And a magnetic woman, she's magnetic. She's so full of love and self-confidence and self-validation. Nothing sways her. Yeah, people can still make you feel good about your compliments, of course, but it doesn't sway you. It resonates as the truth. And she tracks her energetic match with effort. Katie says, hello, Katie, guilt of breadcrumbs, breaking that cycle, but I had to crash to realize it. All of us. I'm going to share like even love bombing. I didn't even know what that was till a few years ago. And I'm going to share a personal story with you guys, but that's for tomorrow and relationships and men. Okay. But you got to fill yourself up every single day, or you are so easily manipulated, so easily, like it's a sign, 111, make a wish. And you are so swayed. And I'm telling you guys, I've coached with people, 99% of people that tell me those times where it was the worst times of their life with people, in hindsight, they always say, I was swayed by their energy. That's what happens. So you got to get so strong with yourself that no one can sway you. Either it resonates as the truth, or it's like your female intuition, it doesn't kick in about people when you don't have a lot of self-confidence and self-validation. It won't kick in. This is why sometimes you're like, how the hell did I end up with this person? How did this happen? Oh, I was swayed because I wasn't giving myself something that I obviously needed. Okay, so I'm going to talk more about cultivating this confidence throughout this masterclass. And part 2 of this masterclass, this is part 1, just giving you awareness. We're going to talk about energetic things you can do to really fire yourself up and turn yourself on. But I want you to just start to notice in your life where you are easily swayed by people's hype, compliments, validation, even their anger. Like, notice even if like you're having a good day and someone comes in with their shitty attitude, their Grinch, and you are all of a sudden now in a bad mood. Notice that. We want to be so strong that we can be in a room where people are on one vibe and I'm still vibrating in the truth of my vibe. Even if you're sad and people come in and try to hype you up, and if you want to be in that energy, nothing can sway you. That's how strong we got to be in. My intuition kicks in, I ignore it. It's so stupid. Yes, I know, because we're addicted to the things we're not giving ourselves. We really are. We're so swayed by it. So start to bring awareness, okay? Start to bring awareness to also areas where when people say things to me, it just feels really weird. Like, why are you saying that? What do you want from me? This is weird. I don't feel safe. What am I wearing? Notice that. You have some confidence work to do there, okay? But we gotta feel whole. We gotta feel confident, so that we can end up in the right relationships and not feel miserable and unaligned and wondering what's wrong with our life, okay? Like even friendships, and watch with young people, because I see this all the time with my young kids. I have some young kids, and it's like the moment someone says, oh my God, you're so cool, Athena, when you do that. Athena, she loves to be a little comedian. She'll go like extra comedian. She'll start doing more of it and more of it. She's like, all my friends think I'm cool because I'm doing that. And she'll just exaggerate it, and then she'll seek it, right? And I have to bring awareness to this. Hey, let's talk about this, right? And then notice like where you are also just not feeling good, okay? We don't need people to tell us things. We just need to know things about ourselves, okay? I'm listening on a walk and just saw a guy wearing a t-shirt saying, don't hold that. Oh my God, I love it. Signs, okay? You know, and we want to look at too in your life. Can you kind of bring awareness and notice, do you have some attachment to certain friends, people that really hype you up, that like you can't do for yourself and you need them in order to feel a certain way? That's where you got to do some more work. We got to get to a place when people say things to us, it resonates as the truth. Like, I know, or it rolls off because you're like, that's not me. That's your projection. And I'm okay here. Okay. This is magnetism. We just want to notice these areas at first, okay? Just notice where you're swayed, where you need to cultivate a little bit more love, because we really lose our discernment about people and we miss so many red flags, okay? Do you think kids need to be validated by their parents though? Honestly, I validate my kids in more of like the effort, you know? I don't say things like, oh my God, you got A+, you're so amazing, you're so smart. I just like, I ask them like, how do you feel about this test? I feel good. I tried really hard. Amazing. Did you do your best? Amazing. I'm more about effort. And I really ask how they feel about it, right? But I don't put my kids' worth about what their grades are. Honestly, like, and I could talk about this in day 3 about like the education system and all that, but like, our worth is not defined by our grades either. The thing I want my kids, the most important things for my kids to leave is that they love themselves, they're validated, and they follow the things that they're good at, because every single person is gifted differently, right? But we will touch more on this because I will talk more about relationships and like even with our kids in the next call. I just want to stay with this. This has been gold. I'm so, so happy. So if you feel like someone should hear this, please share, okay? Because this also happens in business, okay? So I've had clients that have happened to me too. When I hadn't, at the beginning of my business, I used to get swayed by people that hype me up a lot, right? All of a sudden, people come in your inbox and they're like, oh my God, Alina, I love you. I've been binging all your YouTube channels. I love you. And like they fire you up so much with adoration. And then all of a sudden you lose discernment and your intuitive connection. And then all of a sudden you end up with a unaligned client or buyer that is all of a sudden taking and demanding. And you're wondering, how did this happen? Oh, how did I get tangled with this? Oh, yes, I got caught up in the compliments and I got swayed and I lost my intuitive discernment about a person, right? So part one of this module, just notice in your life where this is happening, in your business, in your life, bring awareness. Awareness is always step one to transformation and healing, because until we don't notice that that's happening, how are you going to change it? So awareness is like the number one thing, okay? And so again, just look, where is it odd to receive things? That's also an area that you got to work in. And I'm going to put some homework for you guys to really just do some thinking about things. But I keep telling Athena and Rhea and Stella and Noah, like, tell me in your life, this is what I say to my kids, tell me in your life when people say something to you and it feels so good and you feel like you want to keep doing it and you feel like you want to keep getting it from that person. Tell me about that. So we can work on that confidence in that area. And I also tell them, like, if people tell you a compliment and you feel like it's really weird and odd to receive it, tell me, because we're going to work on that confidence, right? That's just noticing that shared. Oh, I love you. I've been that coach and that client. Yep. We've all had. This is why I teach from lessons and I tell a lot of stories, because I've been there all, right? So this is why mentorship is so amazing. I go through all the shit storms, I learn my lessons, and I come bring you stuff so that you don't have to go through it. I help you collapse time and help you avoid heartbreak, heart pain by going through the lessons and learning them, because then you guys get to learn my lessons faster. So that's the beauty of that. Light bulb, I think this is why I constantly question my purpose. I'm too impacted by others. Yeah, so Cynthia, we got to work on being really validated and not getting so swayed. It's just, it can feel good to receive a compliment, but it cannot feel like so good that you literally start feeling yourself performing and you feel very like, I need more of this. Okay. We are literally twins. I love when you guys are connecting. This is an amazing time to connect with you guys. I attract amazing people in my world. Okay. So that's the first part of your homework. Start validating yourself. I'm going to talk to you guys about mirror work and a cool book that you can read to do this as well. But also just start to bring awareness. Just notice where you are easily swayed, where things feel odd, or where things feel way too good. And work on your validation. If it feels weird to hear I'm beautiful, look at the reasons why you are beautiful. Start to cultivate that. If it feels weird to hear I'm smart, list the reasons that you're uniquely smart. And no, it does not have to do with your grades, okay? Where are you gifted? Where are you uniquely smart? Are you good at people? Are you good at emotional intelligence, communication? Like, list all the areas and start validating yourself. Look yourself in the mirror every single day and give yourself a pep talk. I'm freaking amazing. I'm a badass. Let's go. Okay. If we can shed all the limiting stories and all the paradigms that are swooping in our subconscious and the need to perform for validation, the need to prove that we're good enough, worthy, smart enough, capable enough, and we just claim that we are, and we stop looking outside of ourselves and realize you have it already within you. You just got to let yourself feel it. You just got to let yourself claim it. I'm sending you a request. I feel like accountability opportunity. Oh, amazing. So instead of chasing it outside of it, we're just going to realize it. We got it. We are it. And that's it. No matter what has happened to you. Also, there's nothing broken about you. Okay. In this masterclass and in my program, Goddess Code, I don't teach fixing. There's nothing to fix about you. Okay. Everything's lessons, first of all. There's nothing that you need to fix about you. This is really a journey of like releasing all the coding and just allowing ourselves to go for our dreams and desires. And that's it. And giving ourselves what we need. We got to be actively constantly working on feeling whole on the inside. No one should say things to us that make us feel like if they don't say it, I'll never feel it. It should never feel so extraordinary to hear something from somebody, to feel so good that you feel like you're swept off your feet. This just means you got work to do. You got to start validating yourself. Okay. And then so that you also get to a place of when people project weird things on you, like people say weird things to me, I'm like, okay, doesn't faze you. Yes, it still hurts a little bit. It's like, why I gotta be mean? having a bad day. Okay. But like, then it's like, oh yeah, it has nothing to do with me. I know I'm kind. I know I'm amazing. And so be it. What do we got here? Yes, I would love that, soul sister. Oh, I love that. See how amazing that is? So amazing. Okay, so let's get to part 2. Okay, so I don't keep too much of your time, but I'm so grateful that you're staying with me live. For those of you, don't worry, there will be a replay. Okay, so we're going to cultivate more of the confidence, but we're going to build on it. Okay, through the next 3 days. This is part 2. I really want to talk to you guys about energetics, because there's the inner work, but there's actually a lot of strategic how-to things that we can do. So in order for you to feel magnetic on the outside, where people feel like you're just radiating, there's an energy about you, that is also something that we cultivate on the inside, but it actually has a lot to do with our chemistry. Okay, so I'm going to give you actual tangible how-to strategies to take on today that actually, if you put into practice, you will 100% see immediate results. Okay, because I don't teach stuff that doesn't work. I'm only give you guys the things that I do for myself every single day that I teach. Okay, and that I know works. So let's talk about attraction first. Okay, I'm crying. You guys are so sweet. Okay, a little bit of water here. So let's talk about attraction. When we feel attracted to someone, initially, when you first meet somebody, do you know that it's not the person that you're actually attracted to? What you're actually attracted to is how you feel about you when you're in their presence. Have you ever met someone, I'm sure all of us have, where you started dating someone and you're like, it's love at first sight. And you're like telling everybody, oh my God, I'm in love. Have you ever found love really quickly with people and you're like, it's love at first sight? So hate to break it to you. And even though if you did fall in love right away and you end up with a person, that's amazing. But actually, the truth is there is no such thing as love at first sight, because love is a deep connection that we build with someone. You can't really love a person you just met or that you knew for a week until you know them on a deep soul level. The thing that makes us feel like we're in love with a person immediately, it's not the person that we think that we're in love with. It's the feeling that we have about ourselves when we're with them. We feel attracted to certain people because of how we feel about ourselves when we're in their presence. Certain people have a very attractive magnetic aura. They have a very safe energy. And FYI, I'm going to talk about creating safe energy within yourself in tomorrow's call, because men love safety. But there's an energy about them that makes you feel really good about yourself when you're in their presence. And so sometimes we think that we meet someone and we feel like, oh my God, I'm in love with this person. And actually, it's actually a hormonal chemistry thing that actually starts to happen. People are very nice to me and trust me instantly. Good, because you're safe energy, right? So that has a lot to do with emotional intelligence, and we'll talk about that soon. Since I was a kid, that would happen. Me too. So first of all, energy transfer is very real, right? If you came to me right now, like if I came to you right now and I was feeling playful and excited and sexy and just like hyped up and fired up, you will probably start feeling sexy, playful, and excited as well. Like we do get swayed in our energies, right? It's a good thing about that too, right? Because we kind of get people to get motivated in that way. That's why motivational speakers, people like Tony Robbins, they just activate you, right? When they're feeling that, you start feeling it, because energy transfer is really, really real, right? So people are magnetized to people who feel good to be around, who feel safe. And the safe part I'll teach you tomorrow in emotional intelligence. But the feeling good about yourself when you're in around another person. So again, people who activate us or we feel really attracted to them, there's actual science to this. And it's a chemistry thing. People who feel good, it rubs off on us, and all of a sudden we feel good about ourselves. And those people are flooded with dopamine, serotonin, endorphins, and oxytocin. The art of allure is part cultivated inner confidence and self-validation, but it's also chemical. And there's a chemistry to these people. Women who are magnetic feel really good. Men who are really magnetic and full on all these hormones, when you're around them, you start feeling really good about yourself when you're in their presence. But we think we're in love with the person when really we're just in love with how we feel around them. Okay. So why do you feel so good? And why do they feel so good and magnetic, those people? They put themselves first over anyone else. The most magnetic, confident people that feel so good, that make you feel so good, are the main character in their movie. They know they're the main character in a movie, and they go first before anyone else. Even if you're, unless you have a baby, that's like the only hard part about this work is when you have a baby. Yeah, if your baby's screaming and crying, you're going to have to go attend to them really quickly, right? And you have a little child. But in between those moments, you got to put yourself first. Feeling good is good to feel. Feeling good is really good for you. And I'll talk about how this works in manifesting too. So magnetic people have high energetic standards. When you think about the reasons as a woman, when you get hot-tempered, burnt out, you feel exhausted, you say things like, I barely have a minute to myself, I'm overworked, I'm burnt out, I'm overwhelmed. All of those is you not being in your main character energy. All of that is anti-goddess stuff, okay? When you're yelling at people and you're saying, I do everything for everyone, I haven't showered today, I'm depleted, they're excuses, valid, but they're excuses. They're excuses because you're the one that chose to put yourself last all the time, and you chose not to put yourself first. It's you who chooses that. It's you who chooses to not make yourself feel good first thing. And guess what? Everyone gets the worst version of you, by the way. Even if you all day long did everything for everyone else, everybody still gets the worst version of you. Your partner gets the nagging, overwhelmed, tired, exhausted, short-tempered woman. And your kids get the nagging mother who just yells at them and never gives them any goddess time. And this does come back to that good girl programming. We literally think that our worth and lovability and likability and place in the world is only defined by what we do for other people. Okay, I'm gonna read those comments after, but thank you for sharing that. Okay, missing some stuff, but I love you and I'll catch up with that other. But it's not. Society says this to women. You're a good woman, you're a good wife, you're a good mother if you always put everyone's needs before your own. Women are conditioned to put ourselves last, always. You're the last one to have dessert, you're the last one to have your coffee. Your coffee's always cold. We always take care of everybody else. And in the end, every single body loses. Here's the thing about feminine energy. Feminine energy is not a doing energy. Okay, you have both. So every man and woman have feminine and masculine energy. You're doing energy and you're leaning back, receiving energy. Feminine energy is the energy of receiving. It's actually when you lean back. If you're a woman and your whole day is do, take care of people, perform, people please, mother everybody, do things to prove your worth all day long, you're constantly in masculine energy, including mothering energy, because mothering energy shocked me. That is not feminine energy. It's masculine energy. It's providing, it's protecting, it's doing. Okay. When you are a woman who's always in masculine energy, you are literally going against the laws of nature. You're not designed to do and take care of everybody and mother everybody and prove. Not at all. Feminine energy is receiving energy. It's the lean back energy. It's the slow energy. If you're not able to lean back every single day and receive or give to yourself, this is why a lot of women have like a lot of autoimmune disorders, are getting really sick, and a lot of things are happening. They're anxious, they're depressed, because you're going against the nature of a woman. You gotta have time to lean back every single day. If you don't allow people to give to you, probably a bad receiver, that's another topic for another day. But do you as a woman allow yourself to get help from people? Do you receive every single day? Even like, do you give to yourself? It makes a lot of sense. Yeah. We're so programmed subconsciously to prove our worth by doing, to please, that we actually think that being in feminine energy is lazy and that we're only valuable when we're doing and proving our worth. We actually also think that until we do something, we're able to receive it. But when you were born, did you do anything? No, but everybody loved you because you were born. But then all of a sudden, because everything was about your grades and how you look and how you achieve, you thought, unless I'm doing something to prove, that's the only time I can receive. But what about your birthday? You didn't do anything, you're born. Why can't you choose to live that way every single day and harmonize both energy? My life is pretty good. It still impacts my business. This also stems from the fatherhood wound. We're not going to go into that in this masterclass. We're going to do the deep motherhood wound and fatherhood wound and sisterhood wound, all that like deep stuff that's going to change your life. Nobody wants to do this work, but it is the work for all women to do. I'm going to do that in Goddess Code. But how you know you have a fatherhood wound is if you're the kind of overachiever woman. You think everything is about proving success and failure. You think you got to always prove your worth. There's some fatherhood wound we're going to have to untangle, right? In general, women are taught that being in feminine energy is lazy, and it's not. Actually, do you understand that the only time that you magnetize and manifest things is when you're leaned back and you open yourself up to receiving? I don't receive when I'm in masculine energy. Even when I do this masterclass, I'm giving right now. So I am doing, but the second I'm done this masterclass, I lean back and I receive the work that I put out there. You need to harmonize in your business and in your relationship and in your life. Your life has to be about harmonizing. I don't say 50-50 because it doesn't make sense, right? You can't be 50-50. And there's seasons in your life where there's a little bit more of a doing energy and there's a little bit more of a lean back energy, right? But every single day you have to have time to lean back, because you could do all the work, but you'll never be able to really reap the benefits until you allow yourself to lean back. When we talk about manifesting, and I talk a lot about being an energetic match to abundance, to love, romance, pleasure, clients, and magic money, it's only magnetized to you when you open yourself back, lean back, and receive, when you're actually feeling good. When you're in the energy of, when you're taking care of your self-care, you feel wealthy and abundant and you feel good. You're on that goddess energy. You're an energetic match for that energy, for that frequency. If your whole life is doing, then your whole life is going to be receiving more doing. Like attracts like. Do you allow yourself to lean back and receive and be in pleasure and be in just bliss and be in feeling wealthy and drink your coffee and feel wealthy? Because like attracts like. And if you don't, and you realize that now is the only time to create your manifestations, if you do not start creating intentional now moments where you allow yourself to feel wealthy and abundant and relaxed and pleasurable, then you're not going to be receiving that energy back. Like attracts like. Women should, like, when people tell me, like, tell businesswomen you should budget, you should never budget. Feeling wealthy will make you feel wealthy. And it's not about putting yourself broke, but like, what can you do to make yourself feel like wealthy? Is it getting your hair done? Maybe just curling your own hair, getting your nails done? Is it laying in the sun, just receiving that energy? Do you know that moment that you're laying in the sun, you're magnetizing more of those experiences? When you feel wealthy, you're an energetic match to wealthy. You are the gift that keeps giving, Elena. Oh, I love you. One of my favorite mantras is the more fun I have, the richer I am. The more pleasure I receive and experience, the more wealth I attract. In my times in my life where all I did is do masculine energy stuff, all I kept attracting was more things to do, and I never received anything. And the more I allowed myself to be in this selfish, which I call healthy ego, self-important energy, I lean back and I give to myself, or I allow people to do to myself, my future has been more about receiving that. Does that make sense? I'm so thankful for your programs. They have been a game changer here. I'm so happy. And Jennifer's coming into another round of Goddess Code. Oh my gosh, I have so much magic for you guys. And everybody who's doing Goddess Code, you're getting this new program as your bonus. So much. I'm all about abundance. The more I learn, the more I give, because the universe will fill me up with more downloads. If you're an entrepreneur, don't hold back. If you don't give your cup, the God universe can't refill it. Just a little note. But I have something awesome for you guys to talk about on day 3. Goddess Code. Yeah. Like attracts like. Okay. So when you practice literally self-care, you shave your legs, you drink your coffee slow, you lay in the sun, you listen to the birds, you smell the roses, and you're intentional and you're slow. In that moment, you are attracting those frequencies. You're attracting more wealth. You want to be wealthy, and wealthy is wealthy of all things. I'm free. I have everything taken care of. I have more time for myself. You're an energetic match when you start doing that in the now, because the now is the only time that you attract things right now. So there is doing what you got to receive as a female, because otherwise you're going to be honestly sick and miserable and depressed. And you're probably going to have all these weird health issues. You're going to go to your doctor and your doctor's like, can't find anything. I'll tell you what it is. You're hustling, proving, people pleasing, performing, wearing a mask, not feminine energy at all. Not at all. You don't manifest when you're hustle. You can't receive. You can't receive when you're always leaning in and doing. And here's the thing about leaning back. You want to talk about manifesting? You know how we always talk about trust in the manifestation world and in the self-development world and entrepreneurship? You just got to trust. You got to trust what you did, that you just put out there. It was amazing. If you can't lean back, you're not in trust. Trust is, I posted, I did my client call, I did this live, I launched my branding, I did the thing, and now I must lean back. But when you don't lean back, you keep doing more. I got to post again. I got to go live again. I got to go lean in. I got to message people. You're not in trust at all. And so that also means that you don't believe that you co-create with the universe, and we so co-create with the universe. You actually can work a lot less and make a lot more money when you understand that the universe actually has your back and will help you co-create. I trust that the universe is going to align me. I trust this. When I am doing energy and I do the best that I got, I trust the universe is going to bring me the clients without me having to keep posting or leaning in on people or chasing people in their DMs. Like, I don't do any of that. I trust that I'm going to do my amazing stuff, and then I'm going to lean back, literally lean back after this call. And I trust the universe is going to send me the people that are meant to listen to this, that are meant to be in my world, that are meant to be in my network. Alina, my soul brought me to you today. I'm so happy, Lizzie. I'm so happy. But so if you only hustle and you always have this feeling of like, I got to do more, I got to do more, I got to prove more, I got to prove more, you actually subconsciously don't believe that you co-create with the universe. You feel like you always got to do everything yourself. You don't believe yet you're divinely supported, and you so are. You so are. You're always co-creating. You can attract so much magic and miracles if you actually allow yourself to lean back and receive. It's not selfish. It's not lazy. It's who you're supposed to be. And men are also supposed to lean back. This world has the whole world in this disgusting, sinister, toxic, masculine, prove, do. And people have more diseases than we've ever seen. People are more stressed out than we've ever seen. And actually, I will tell you, in my business, it blows people's minds away of how many hours I actually work and how much money I receive. I don't work that many hours. I do 2 client calls a day, maybe 1 program. I do a CEO day where I do things, multiple 5 figures, 6 figures, like, because I focus on doing my best, and then I lean back and I trust that God, universe is going to support me, and I believe in magic and miracles. But if I didn't believe in that, I would just keep doing, and then you overperform and you overdo it. Cellular remembrance coming home. Cells are literally tingling. It makes you happy. Okay, so here's the other thing. As humans, we actually have this resistance to feeling good. We actually have this subconscious programming that good things can't come easily, but they so can. One of my favorite affirmations is good things can come to me easily. When you believe that, so be it. But if you believe you only have to work really hard and hustle, well, that's what you believe in. So that's what you attract in your life. But when you recode that and you're like, no, actually good things come to me easily. The more fun I have, the more pleasure I have, the more self-care I have, the more I'm magnetic. So be it. Your beliefs are everything. It is so good to feel good. When you feel good because you practice self-care today, you radiate more feel-good energy, you attract more, and then people are like, who is this woman? When you feel good because you take care of you, you magnetize everything to you, everything. I also have the motherhood when seeing the feminine as we speak because our mom is such a victim. Already done healing on this, but I want to take it deeper. And we're going to go deeper in that in the program. Goddess Code is such an amazingly powerful program. I love this program. I run it every single year. I do it. It elevates me to next levels. I bring new content. We don't just do the fun, magical things. We do the deep stuff. You're going to like working on yourself, your emotional intelligence, like why you have defense mechanisms, why you stonewall, why you get so triggered, why people make you so mad, why you project, why you have insecurities, why you get jealous, all of the things you know you don't like about yourself. I'm going to deepen this work with you to a level like we're going to clean all that up. We're going to clean all that up because especially in entrepreneurship, people always say to me like, just tell me how to make money, give me all the strategies, but I will tell you, do a program like Goddess Code because your emotional intelligence and your magnetism is what's going to call in the clients and help you have a sustainable, healthy relationship where people love you, where there is no issues, where you have aligned clients and things grow and your team and you get along well because you have healed. And people don't trigger you. I see so many people start this business and they get triggered. The sisterhood wound comes up, the motherhood wounds, they project, they feel bad, they compare to themselves, they have defense mechanisms, and all of that energy repels people. You have no idea what inner work can do for you. The unsexy work brings on the sexy work. And it's not so hardcore where we do this stuff, but like just awareness of why you are the way you are. Oh my God, will change your life. And one of the Goddess Code lessons from my program, Goddess Code, is like goddesses, empowered women, we learn lessons. We don't build defense mechanisms. Okay. So coming back to this, it's good to feel good. And yes, Goddess Code is going to be starting June 20th. I will talk about this at the end of this masterclass because it's going to be launching in a few days. We're working on the new graphic. I got my new pictures from my photo shoot. Oh my God, they're so good. I can't wait to show you guys. And we're doing a commercial, all the next level fun stuff. And see how much fun I have. I'm like magnetic to people because I have fun in my business. You get to have so much fun in your business and make so much money, so much impact, and everybody around you changes. The more I've done work on myself and put myself first, pleasure, self-care, making myself feel wealth, like everyone in my life is just vibing at next level. Everyone feels good. Everything is working. This is so powerful. It is so good to feel good. When you feel good, you are freaking magnetic. In the land of the goddess, every single day, you put you first. You do the things that make you feel good and you don't feel selfish for it because goddesses are equal self-importance, health ego, equal heart. We need a balance of both. If one is like this, it's not going to work. Obviously, if you're too ego, all about me, that ain't going to work. And if you're too heart, it's all about other people and giving, nothing is sustainable. We have to have a balance of both. So good to feel good. I want what you got. Yes, we are building that. We are building that. Okay. So you are the main character of your movie and you got to do things for yourself every single day. This will change everything in your business, in your life, in your romance. You want to be treated like a goddess by people. You want people to honor your boundaries. Treat yourself like a goddess. Have high standards. A woman who has high standards, no one questions my boundaries ever. I don't have people get really triggered because they know my standards. But that has been work I've had to do and cultivate because I've always felt bad. I don't want to make people feel bad. That's the conditioning. And again, like if you want to be an energetic match to wealth, pleasure, romance, all those energies that women love to feel every single day, you got to create that every day. We train people to give us the standards that we give ourselves. So when people don't treat you like a goddess and they just take and abuse you, It's because they watch you never give to yourself. When you don't practice self-care, you are an energetic match to takers, energy vampires, and they don't feel bad. People don't feel bad taking from you because they watch you not give to you. So they don't feel bad. Everything is a reflection. Absolutely. Oh, my partner just came and gave me a foot rub and feminines activated. Oh, I love it. That's amazing. But we train, especially men. You're going to learn a lot on our next call tomorrow, but we train people to give us the standards that we give ourselves. And if you're a mother, your kids are watching the exact same thing. You think, I hear moms all the time, but like, no, I'm the best mom because I do everything for my kids, everything. I put them first, everything. But do you know you teach your kids later on? You teach your daughters to end up in relationships where they never put themselves. Is that what you want for your daughter? To be a secondary character to a partner? No. And do you want your son to think that it is okay for a woman to just give, and be some sort of like housewife slave? No. We go first. Men might be the head in this world, but we are the neck. We go first. The second you raise your standards, watch how everybody else starts to give to you more. The more you receive, the more you're going to start receiving. Just watch. But when you don't have high standards, people won't even honor your boundaries. If you give yourself nothing, people never feel bad. And you get mad, but they're like, you don't do anything good for yourself. When you have high standards, no one questions your boundaries and you just become more of an excellent receiver. I practice giving to myself every day. If you watch my stories, it's like always energy first, main character shit every day. Yes, there's times my little kids are sick and I have to get up, but then I'm like, hey, it's mom time. Y'all do this. You go here. I'm going to go work out. I'm going to do some self-care stuff because I'm the most important person. And when I'm the most important person, I give myself that. I fill everybody's cup. Who are you filling up anyways when you're giving everybody everything? How? Yes, I love. Now I want to develop a healthy relationship with my own masculine. Yes. Badass code energy. We'll talk a little bit about badass energy in day 3. We're going to bring in the goddess CEO energy. Okay. I have an awesome riff for you guys. So just stay tuned. I have this cool analogy to share with you guys too. And it doesn't matter if you're an entrepreneur, and especially if you're starting. I have an amazing entrepreneur at every level. You're going to get some amazing stuff. We're going to talk about visibility, being seen, and some magic. Okay. I'm going to sprinkle magic all over you. Okay. But coming back to this, set standards high for yourself. And you set standards high for yourself, everybody starts to give to you. And if you have low standards and you give to yourself never, you are the most swayed and more manipulated person on the planet. And you have no discernment, no intuition, nothing goes. Every morning before I get in my coffee, do some squats and jump around. It feels so good. Yeah, I should have a rebounder. It's in the garage now, but I should just jump around. I should do it before the lives too. And it just makes me, people are like, you're radiating. I'm like, I know, I just jumped around. These are the energetic things we could do. And I could put that on the list for you guys. Okay. So, let's take the example of romantic relationship. We're almost done, guys. I want to talk about romantic relationship for a second here so you guys really understand how our hormones and chemistry work in relationships with people. So we don't fall in love with people at first. And you know that because deep love connection is really knowing someone's heart and soul. But you fall in love with how you feel about you when you're with the man. Because do you know that testosterone impacts all of your lady hormones? So if a man is very high in testosterone, it will activate your hormones that make you feel good. Everything starts to go. So then you think because you're with him and you feel so good that you're like, oh my God, I'm in love with this man. But really it's his hormones impacting your hormones and it's creating all this chemistry. This is why little girls also end up with the wrong people when you're depleted as a woman and you don't create your serotonin, dopamine, all this stuff. And I'll make a list for you, right? Exercise, yoga, hugging someone, touching your pet. If you don't release these hormones for yourself and you're very low on them, a very high testosterone man can come in and he will sway you because you're going to be addicted to his hormones. You'll think you're addicted to him, but you're addicted to his hormones because it makes your hormones go all crazy and you feel freaking good. Okay. We're talking about standards are most important. How do we create them as women? Okay, so I'm going to get to that in a little bit, but I'm going to keep building on this. Okay, so I'll talk about this in the stand. But the first thing is rule number 1: if you don't have little babies and little kids, first thing in the morning, you do you first. What's the number one thing? What's your ritual that makes you feel amazing? You got to do that for yourself. And you got to do it around people. So actually, I'm going to keep how to show people to give you your standards for tomorrow's call. But if you start doing this in front of people, they're going to start giving you standards. So like, if I love receiving flowers and I buy myself flowers and I love my flowers and Adam watches me with my flowers, he's going to be like, oh, I want to elevate her happiness. I'm going to get her flowers. I don't have to tell him to get me flowers. All I have to do is do it for myself, be excited about it, which I am, and then he'll buy it for me because he'll be like, oh my God, if you eat chocolate, I have always had I love chocolate, right? And I always like have chocolate after dinner, not every day, but like have a little piece. And I'm like, it's so good because I love it so much. I've always had boyfriends that bought me so much chocolate. Like they always brought me chocolate because they're like, it makes her happy. I'm going to give her her standard. Okay. But the standards that I'm going to talk about in this call right now is your energetic standards. And the hormones that I'm really talking about is dopamine, serotonin, oxytocin, and epinephrine. Like those hormones, when that's the stuff that you release through sex, through hugging people, through when you look at yourself and you're feeling sexy, putting on a silk dress or something like that. When you feel that, all of those hormones make you so magnetic. And like I said, if you're low on those kind of hormones, you don't practice any self-care, you don't release any dopamine or serotonin or oxytocin, people who are high on that stuff, the second that you're around them, you're going to start feeling like you're in love with them or you're addicted to them. It's literally like a chemical response. It's your body's like, oh, I need to be around these people because they make my hormones go crazy. So this is so important again, because I'm borderline shopaholic. This is so important again, because we're easily swayed and manipulated by people who are very high in happy hormones, because all of a sudden when we're with them, we feel good about ourselves. Does this make sense? So we don't fall in love with people. We fall in love with how we feel about ourselves when we're with them, because their shit is impacting our stuff. And do you notice also when you think about the first time you started dating someone, like nothing can go wrong. You're on cloud 9. Nothing can go wrong. Shit goes down. You're like, whatever. I'm freaking in love. I'm on client. Why? What do you do when you first start dating someone? You take care of yourself. When you start dating that man or woman, whatever you're into, what do? You shave your legs more. I'm going to tell you to shave your legs more for yourself. You do your hair. You eat less. You eat healthier. You exercise more. You go get your hair did. You actually put some self-care in your appearance. You do all this stuff, and all of that stuff you're doing makes you feel good, because it actually releases hormones and oxytocin and serotonin and dopamine and all of that. And guess what? Then you are so magnetic to other people, but you feel good about yourself. And so what if, this is what I want you guys to actually take away from this. What if every single day you lived your life like you were just dating someone for the first time that you just were so in love with? And so every single day, just like you were when you first started dating someone, you did all of the things that made you feel like a goddess, like a sexy, magnetic, happy goddess. And so ask yourself, like I'll put a list for you that will help you with this stuff. But notice, what did I do when I first started dating someone? I got sun on my face every day. I ate better. I ate less. I drank more water. I exercised. I took care about my appearance. I made myself feel so freaking good. I took so much care. What if every single day you treated yourself like that? Do you understand how much your life would change? Do you understand how life-changing what I'm talking about is right now? People always talk about self-care and self-love, but rarely does anybody practice it. But do you realize what will happen to you in your life as a woman if every single day when you woke up, you were like, I'm the main character of my movie? And you can pretend that you're just falling in love with this man or woman and go do the things that you know you would do if you started dating someone, and take such good care of yourself. Do you realize who you would become? You're flooded with so much hormones and self-love that's why then you can go out in the real, this is why I'm that kind of person, because I practice this stuff so much every single day. I practice releasing these hormones and making this a priority, that this is why people always are baffled by me. Like, stressful things happen. I get like crazy duality in my life. And I'm like, all right, let's do this. I got this. I used to be, if someone knew me, and my family's on this right now, I used to be the most stressed out person ever. Like, the littlest things could happen to me and I would cry, I would break down, I would think life was over. And then I realized when I started practicing this stuff, like religiously, like my self-care is religious and I produce these hormones. This is like an energy first rule. It's a goddess code #1 rule, that nothing phases me anymore. Bad things happen and I'm like, I got this. I got this. I got this. And of course, this has to do with personal power, but we're going to cultivate that in goddess code. But this is exactly how you were. Think about this. This is exactly how you were when you were first dating a man. You were on cloud 9. And tell me in the comments, you know very well when you first started dating a man, it didn't matter what happened at work. If your boss was an a-hole today, if this happened and that happened, you're on cloud 9. But you're on cloud 9 because you created your own hormones that made you feel so freaking good that nothing phases you. What if we took radical responsibility like that in our life? Do you know one of the goddess codes is? Because there's different codes. I call it goddess code. There's different codes in every module that I teach. But the code is, you are. So this is a goddess. The code is, I am radically responsible for my happiness and joy. And when I am taking out of it, or something bad happens and I'm not feeling good, or I wake up good, the goddess code way is, I take radical responsibility for my happiness and joy. This is the issue with a lot of women that don't practice self-care, is they put all of their happiness onto their partner. Do you know how heavy that is, to put all of your happiness on someone else? So that if that person doesn't give you what you need to feel happy, you can't be happy. Do you know how much pressure that is? And men hate pressure. More of this tomorrow. But do you realize what you do to other people when you put all of your happiness on other people? That's not main character energy. Main character energy, goddess code way, is this. Every single day, it is my responsibility to create my own happiness and joy within myself. It is my responsibility to create those hormones and chemistry that make me feel good. When I am sad, unhappy, angry, I take radical responsibility to restore my joy. I don't need anyone outside of me to create that. I take radical responsibility for that. I do. And when you do and live your life this way, you're a next level human. You, oh my God, things will happen to you and you're like, I got this. I'm sad, but I take radical responsibility. We no longer wait for people. And guess what? Since one of our worst feminine things that we don't want to feel is disappointment, when you stop giving all your power and happiness and validations to other people, and you realize that you're the only person that's responsible for creating your happiness and joy, you stop being disappointed with people. I don't have expectations on people. I'm so happy to have an amazing partner that elevates my joy, but I don't need Adam to create my joy. I do that for myself first. I come in like the magnetic goddess because #1 rule, energy first. I go first. I create all of these hormones that make me feel so freaking good. And now I walk into a room and people want to even make me more happier. This is what is so amazing about being magnetic. When you're magnetic and you're flooded with dopamine, serotonin, all of these hormones, and you feel good because you practice self-care and you worked out and you did all this stuff, you radiate so much magnetism that people, especially masculine energy, want to come in and raise the bar for you. This is why we become even more magnetic to more happiness, because there's like, you're so happy, I want to make you happier. If you're a parent, what's your #1 favorite thing to do on Christmas? Watch your kids open presents. When they're so happy, you're like, I want to give you more. I want to give you more. I want to give you all the things because they're so happy. And when you're a happy woman, notice how much you start to receive. Money comes in, more pleasure, more sex, more romance, more of the things. This right here, we hear it everywhere, but this is game changing if you can start applying this. You got to raise your internal energetic standards. And so what does that mean? You got to turn yourself on every single day. What if you romanticized yourself in your life every single day? Because our standards, our energetic standards, determine how we actually experience our life. Literally, the hormones that you create in self-care and the things that you do. So this is also about like passions, whatever, if journaling lights you up, whatever it is that you do, you got to think about the stuff that really lights you up and turns you on. Do you realize that when you do that stuff, it actually depicts the kind of experiences you're going to have in the day? When you don't do that stuff, your day is a whole different experiences. And this is why bad things happen and it takes you out. Romanticize yourself every single day. You are the main character of you. What if you lived your life like that? I'm the main character of my movie. I'm going to romanticize this day and myself every single day. And when you're lit up and turned on, this is why people go, who is that? This woman is glowing. She's so happy. I want to make her happier. This is why when kids are freaking lit up, you want to make them more happier. Radical responsibility. This is the goddess code way. I take responsibility to create my happiness and joy every single day. I don't get it on the outside. I create it on the inside. You know, often when we talk about standards, people think about the external things, what we're wearing, and all that stuff is important too. Who you hang out with, what you consume, what you wear. But like, we don't set high standards for internal things, like how we feel, like our hormones, like this stuff. We hear this all the time, but nobody's applying it. I'm applying it. It's changing my life, and so it's changing my clients' lives. So sexy. Like internal standards for like your foods. So Katie, you're talking about standards. What's your standards for your food? The things you listen to, the drinks you consume. What do you consume for your mind? Like I am so high standards that like, I don't listen to things that are like good, bad for my mind. I don't hang out with people that are going to bring me down to low things. I don't consume anything that's bad for my mind, for my energy. I treat myself, but 80-20, if you guys did the program Body Code with me, and that's my Body Code program, I talk about like literally like 80% of your food should be things coming from the sun, because that also creates all this magnetism energy within you. Everything on the inside is what creates your aura and your energy. But you have to stop waiting for circumstances and people to make you happy and to compliment you and validate you. And you got to start taking radical responsibility for that every day. Do you first. And if you don't, you will be swayed, manipulated, end up with the wrong people, miserable. You'll get diseases. People will give you breadcrumbs and you'll be okay with it. Your standards determine your experience of life and what you're an energetic match to. The relationship you have with yourself is the most important relationship you'll ever have. You got to romanticize yourself. You got to treat yourself like the most important person on this planet. You got to love yourself so much. You got to love yourself so much. It is not selfish at all. You got to turn yourself on every single day. You're the youngest you will ever be. Start taking care of yourself so that you can go do all the things that you still want to experience your life. I don't care what age you're at. Choose foods and drinks and people that elevate you. Move your body, take a goddess bath, touch yourself, shave your legs, slow energy, flood your body with dopamine and serotonin. Every day, it's your responsibility to put yourself first. Raise your energetic standard. Once you start raising your standards and you show your family, hey, this time is for mommy to do this and this, and you start putting that down, people will honor it. At first, if you haven't been honoring your boundaries, then yeah, people will still be like, you always break them. But if you stick with this and you start practicing self-care and self-love and you romanticize yourself, people will start giving you your standards and people will just want to keep giving you more, because happy people are magnetic and people just want to keep giving more to happy people. Does this make sense? I always hear your voice in my head saying things. I'm so happy. I'm so happy. You're the youngest you'll ever be. You are. I don't care what your age you're at. You're the youngest you'll ever be. And you got to slow down too in your life and be in slow motion because it's magnetic. That's the feminine energy. But we'll talk a little bit more about that. I can't believe how much I've gone over. What are we at here? Thank you everybody who's been staying on live. But fill you up because for me helps for us. That's the goddess code way. Okay. So we're going to wrap this up because I feel like, whoa, this went over a little bit, but it's okay. All the divine wisdom, come back and listen to it. I'm going to be going into relationships and men and how masculine and feminine energy work in between clients and romantic relationships. And we'll do some inner healing stuff there. And then day 3 will be spectacular too. We're just scratching the surface, but I'm so happy you guys have watched this. I'm so happy and thank you for sharing. What I'm going to talk about, and you'll see me go on a launch for this, is going to be turned into a paid program. This is going to be a mini program. Every time I add a module, I'm going to add to it. So when I'm done this, I will let you guys know when the replays will be taken off, and you can buy it for $222 to start, and you'll get brand new modules. And then I'm going to raise the price, but you will be locked in lifetime access, and you can continue a feminine magnetism journey with me, where it's going to be all about things like this. And then you will, as a bonus, have this with Goddess Code, which is my 4-week program, all on emotional intelligence. This is where we clean up your energy, motherhood wound, sisterhood wound, fatherhood wound. Then we talk about all kinds of cool strategies like this. It's still fun and amazing, but like, it's for you to walk out into the world as the most magical, powerful, emotionally intelligent woman on the planet. I don't like to share too much what's going to happen in this program, but I stand for this, that it's life-changing. In this program, I really will change the way you feel about yourself so you can actually go do the things that you desire to do. Because the only reason that you hold back from going after your passions, the dreams, the man, why you settle, is because of the relationship you have with yourself, is because of all the wounds, the triggers, the defense mechanisms. You know, your little wounded inner child that comes out and punishes people, yells at people, projects, get triggered, get jealous. We're cleaning that all up. We're cleaning that up. Squeaky clean energy. Most intelligent, powerful, magnetic woman on the planet. This is the Goddess Code way. So if you like this, this is what we're going to deepen, along with this program that I'm going to have ongoing during the summer. I think summertime is such a fun time to do this program and Goddess Code, because we're going to be in lean back energy, getting the sun, and I'll have a lot of things coming through for you guys. Thank you. Looking forward to day 2. I'm so happy. And if you want a chance to win 50% off, 3 people win 50% off, all you got to do is share this video, or take the graphic, or you can take a snapshot of this video too, and share it. And I will be putting you in a tuition drop. Okay. Yeah, summer baby. Thank you so much for everybody who was able to stay live for this long call. I love you so much. We are going to be putting this in the guide section of my high performance coaching community. If you're new to my world, lots of free masterclasses in there that are absolutely amazing. And I have some on my YouTube channel as well. We'll also convert this to a YouTube channel, so you don't have to watch it on Facebook. You can enjoy it there as well. This is amazing. I'm so happy. I know for some of you, this is a recap. This is good. So tomorrow, emotional intelligence. We're going to talk about the wounded inner girl child version of us, and how this impacts our romantic relationships, our relationships with men. And if you're a businesswoman, you're going to see how this works with your masculine energy clients. Okay. Going to be eye-opening. Okay. So I will later on post some homework. I'm going to take a little break, have a little goddess moment here, relax. And then I'll post some homework for you guys. And I have 2 supplemental readings for you as well, if you really love this conversation, that will help you really integrate this deeper. This was the tip of the iceberg. Wow. Yes. I over deliver because I love you. I want you to walk away feeling shifted and activated. But this stuff changed my life, guys. I don't share it just to share it. I do this for myself every single day. Me first, you first. You first helps the whole world and everybody around you. Okay. I love you. I'm done talking. Now I'm going to go on Zoom here. Okay. And I'm going to end this here.